for you to give applause to Claire Carter, who is the founder and CEO of MCCSN, for bringing this event from vision to reality. So if we can give her a I'm very proud to be on her advisory board. I've known Claire for many years, and you're going to hear more about Claire later on. But how about the music? Have you enjoyed the music? From our own San Diego, Maria Antoinette. And let me just give you some information on Maria, because you probably would love to have her at your next event. She has performed for the First Lady, Michelle Obama, and at the President's Inaugural events. She performed 6 years as a principal harpist for the LA Southeast Symphony Orchestra. She completed her understudies in music at UCSD and master's studies in harp at the University of Arizona. She's played at the BET Awards with Neo for 2 years. She just released her CD called Straight from the Heart, and it has reached the top 10 of the Smooth Jazz Global and Billboard charts. In 2015, she was considered for a Grammy nomination. We are very proud to present this gift, our own Maria Antoinette, and we're going to be hearing more from her. We have a very exciting program for you today with an excellent group of panelists that will give you insight on the world of hospitality and tourism in San Diego, America's finest city. You know we've gone high tech on you, and so hopefully you brought your mobile device because your program is on that device. So, but if you didn't, let me just give you an overview of what's going to take place. We're going to have lunch first, and I'll come back and I'll be presenting Mr. Robert Roush, who in turn will present Claire Carter. After which time Claire will come up, she will have some remarks, and then we will start with the panelists, with Peggy as our moderator. And so you're going to hear all of that great information, after which we will have presentations and then closing remarks by Claire. So enjoy today. This is our first. I'm sure it's not going to be our last. We're looking for an annual event of this type. So enjoy your lunch, and I'll be coming back soon. Thank you.
know how to do it. We have men in the house, but women really know how to do it. But what I'd like to share with you is a few key points as it relates to some research that I found about women leading in hospitality. Many of you may not know a few of these little interesting facts. So I just want to share a little bit of that with you. Is that okay? Okay. All right. So according to the Hotel News Now, this is really interesting. The hotel industry is a woman's world. That's what they said. I didn't say anything. All right. In recent years, the influence of women has been growing in the hotel industry. There have been significant increases in the number of women holding leadership roles at all levels of hotels, inns, lodges, and resorts across the country. Another study speaks on how tourism and hospitality sector has become an economic and social phenomenon, demonstrating above average growth for the 5th consecutive year since 2009. Economic crises and being set to create over 70 million new jobs over the next 10 years. And that's phenomenal. Within the industry, women make up nearly 70% of the workforce. However, inconsistently, there is marked underrepresentation of women in senior positions, with women holding less than 40% of all managerial positions, less than 20% of general management roles, and between 5 and 8% of board positions. This leads me to sharing my vision of producing this inaugural Women Visionary Luncheon. We have so many phenomenal women in our city that are contributing to the economic growth of the tourism economy, which spans throughout many sectors. And I'm not sure if any of you know that we have so many sectors. Many people think just of hotels, but you're going to hear today that it's more than just hotels that we are leading the way in. All right? So with March being Women's History Month, I wanted to provide a platform to spotlight these women who are leading the way. And with their history, their commitment, their tenacity, and their persistence in breaking the glass ceiling. We are starting a new conversation about women leaders in the hospitality industry. So at this time, it is my pleasure that I'm going to now present to you our panelists for today's program. And I call each panelist up. If you would kindly take the seat here on the stage. I'm going to give you a little bit of bio, a little history about who they are. Their bios are like this, but I'm going to do like this, just to give you a snapshot of who they are. And I'm sure if you're very, very interested in them, if you guys did not get my thousands of emails that went out, did you get the emails? Thousands of emails that went out. That's why you guys are here. That's what it takes in San Diego. Thousands of people. But each one was featured. But if you missed them there, I'm sure you can Google them, or you can find them on my website at mccsn.com on my events page. All right. So without further ado, I am going to introduce to you our first speaker, our panelist, which is Shimo. I call her Shimo. Her name is Christine Shimashaki. We're going to call her Shimo for short. Christine, CDM, CMP, joined Destination Marketing Association International in 2009 as Managing Director of EmpowermentNet.com and the Event Impact Calculator. Shimo, as she's known, brings over 16 years of destination marketing and 10 years of hotel experience to her role. Prior to joining DMAI, Shimo served as the Executive Vice President and Chief Strategy Officer for the San Diego Convention and Visitors Bureau. At this time, Shimo, if you would kindly take the stage. Our next visionary leader, Julia Slocum. joined Smart City Networks in September 1997 and currently serves as Vice President of Operations. In this role, Ms. Slocum oversees the management of operations at facilities in the western United States. Under her leadership, her team has met financial and operational performance targets and locations associated with Smart Cities regional facilities. Ms. Slocum has directed and provided leadership in all phases of telecom operations in her assigned regions. She has developed her telecom staff to meet the growing demands of both internal and external customers. She services the Santa Clara Convention Center, the Long Beach Convention Center, and the San Diego Convention Center. At this time, Ms. Julia, if you would kindly take the stage. Our next panelist would be Ms. Karima Zaki. Karima knew she wanted to be an American well before she and her family immigrated to the United States. Earning a bachelor's in international political science and a master's in German language arts, she seemed headed to law school until she got bitten by the hotel bug late in her college career. Zaki started with Hyatt Hotels as a management trainee in an industry that at the time had no women at the general manager level. Determined to break the glass ceiling, Zaki worked for a decade to finally reach a GM appointment, going on to be promoted to such positions as area vice president, running the 2,000-room Hilton San Francisco, negotiating the largest union contract with United here, and being charged with full responsibility to oversee the construction and development of the Hilton San Diego Bayfront. Ms. Zaki now from hotel has gone into the spa business. She is now the owner of Sanctuary Spa, which is a tech spa located in Point Loma. You'll hear more about that later. At this time, Ms. Karima, if you would join us. Next panelist, Lucy Burney. Lucy is an accomplished businesswoman, devout mother, and serves multiple community organizations. In her professional life, she is seasoned commercial real estate and hospitality professional with over 20 years of experience, ranging from property management, leasing, financing, and acquisition to development and renovation. Ms. Burney's experience has been applied to a number of commercial properties, including the Four Points Sheraton, a 225-room full-service hotel since 2006. I bet a lot of you guys didn't know that. I know a lot of you have frequented that hotel, right? All right. Well, this is the owner of that hotel. Okay, to the present. Churchill Hotel. She owns Churchill Hotel, a 100-room hotel from 1996 to 2012. Ramada Inn, a 210-room hotel from 2001 to 2007. And multiple multi-tenant commercial, restaurant, entertainment, and residential properties in prime San Diego markets. At this time, if Ms. Lucy would join us. Next, Maureen Carew. Maureen, General Manager, Courtyard by Marriott, San Diego, Rancho Bernardo. Currently the General Manager for Courtyard by Marriott, San Diego, Rancho Bernardo. Maureen Carew continues to enjoy working and living in San Diego, North County Inland. Maureen began her 35-plus year career in hospitality at the Atlas Hotels, at the Town and Country Hotel in Mission Valley for 13 years before she and her family moved to Colorado Springs, Colorado. All right, sorry about that. Let's see. Now my technology. Okay. My tech person, Bella. Left me. See, I can't do everything, okay? That's what you guys to know, okay? I do have some flaws. Can't do everything. Yeah. But with help. All right. So, I was talking about Miss Carew and her tenure over at the Town and Country. And let's see, where was I? I'm getting ready to wrap her up here. Okay. She joined the Town and Country for another 5 years as the Director of Operations before accepting the position as Assistant General Manager at JC Resorts at the Rancho Bernardo Inn. At this time, I'd like to present to you Miss Corrine, Miss Maureen Carew. My friend, yes you do. My friend, Terry Green. Teresa is her name, but we call her Terry. Terry Green. CMP, CMM. Terry is the principal with Greening Group, LLC, whose focus is facilitating training and consulting in the meeting industry. Terry has been in the meeting planning industry for more than 3 decades and has been responsible for producing meetings and conducting training around the globe. Prior to forming Greening Group, Terry served as the founder and president of Concepts Worldwide, a meeting management firm headquartered in San Diego County. In its 20-plus years of business, Concepts Worldwide was a recognized international leader in providing full-service strategic meeting management, consulting services, and ROI measurement. And at this time, I would like to bring to the stage Ms. Terry Green. So let's give a round of applause to all of our panelists. Now, this woman really needs no introduction. She's a very good friend of mine for many years. She will be serving as our moderator today. But I'm going to give you a few key points on how these ladies managed to break the glass ceiling. Allow me to introduce you to, at this time, to my friend, Peggy Cooper. And I'm going to read her bio. As an experienced public and community relations specialist, strategic planner, and former long-standing San Diego political background, Peggy Cooper, a native of Kentucky, has served the community of San Diego for 33 years. Today, she holds the position as Community Relations Specialist at the San Diego County Regional Airport Authority. She worked 6 years for the United States Congress, 14 years as Special Assistant for Protocol under the leadership of San Diego City Councilman, the late George Stevens, and 1.5 years with Councilman Charles Lewis. At this time, please welcome to the stage our moderator for today, Ms. Peggy Cooper.
Okay, so I'm bringing sexy back because this is my voice for today. Because I was in Dallas 3 days ago, like a wild grandmother, cheering my granddaughters on, and all of a sudden I jumped and I had no voice, and I went in panic because I knew I had to be here today to moderate this session for Clara. Well, thank you, Clara, and I'm honored to be your moderator for this engagement. We're surrounded by some pretty astonishing women. On this stage today, we're raising the bar for generations of leaders. They are visionary women who represent everything that is right and truly leading the way in hospitality and tourism. They embrace risk, leaps of faith. They step out of their comfort zone and they take on challenging opportunities. The bottom line is they let their work do the talking. So let's hear from their leadership about their leadership skills and how they are impacting San Diego's future. I'm going to move over here. We're going to get engaged with ladies. You always hear, be good at what you do. I say, how about being great at what you do? I've read your biographies, and I know that all of you challenge yourselves, and that's why you're here today. We know our careers to be front and center, and we try to set goals and maintain those goals, but the world is so rushed. My first question is directed to Teresa, or Terry, she'd rather be called, and Christine. So speak about how you put value on being great at what you do and how it resonates with leaders in the industry.
So, first of all, what I had to do was figure out what I was great with. And when I was very young and just entering the meeting industry, I had no idea. Most of you probably know exactly what you want to do. I didn't. I didn't have any clarity. So my journey has been about finding out what I do well. Really, where are my strengths? What can I do? And that's true for me still today. So it's really about exploring what that is, and then having ridiculous dreams that I knew were never going to be manifested, and going in that direction anyway. And the result has been that I've had an extraordinary journey, in spite of the fact that I knew I would never get there. And I continue to do that today. And so I have nieces and nephews that are young. My children are older, but I've got nieces and nephews that don't know what they want to do, right? They're 20-something and they can't figure it out. There is so much time. You have no idea, right? So it really has been about looking at ridiculous dreams and going in that direction, finding out where my strengths are, and then using those and figuring out where I can use those.
Can you hear me on this? Yes. Like Terry, I think that being great is really more of an external view, right? Because if you think about being great, it's kind of an opinion like maybe Donald Trump might have of himself. But the rest of us, we don't think about being great all the time. And I think, like Terry, it's really an internal view, And for me, it starts with feeling great. I mean, I think that when I feel great and I know that I'm taking care of myself and I have those fundamentals by which I can go on with my day. And going on with my day really looks like being more introspective about solving problems for people or helping others. But I really can't do that in terms of greatness unless I really am taking care of myself. So I think that fundamentally the way we think about ourselves and the way that we treat ourselves has a lot to do with building the fundamentals to really help someone else. Because when it's that saying when we're all flying around, you put your mask on first before you're really going to be able to help other people. And I think you can, I found a lot of power in how I help others when I'm fundamentally sound. So I think from an internal view is where greatness really begins.
Thank you. We have peaks and challenges in life that sometimes gets us off track. And I think it's great to have a mentor in your life. If not one, maybe two or three who can encourage you to be fearless. Julia, tell us about your journey to include your mentor. How did you get past the challenges, setbacks that you've endured to become a leader? And if you had to look back, what would you do differently?
Thank you. There is nothing that I have done in my career that did not involve an advocate. I would really encourage all of you to ensure that you have someone that's whispering, whether that is a spiritual person, but think back when you were a child, and I often, this is how I actually kind of came to this realization. As a child, we all had a coach, we all had a teacher, you know, we had parents that, you know, guided us along the way, but at no time did you have someone, or did you not have someone in your life that advocated on your behalf? And so I have always had a mentor or two or three. The way how I came to having a mentor, most of that was organic almost. These were people that I highly, deeply respected. I respected how they came about their careers. I respected what they did in their personal life. So I really would not be here without having some type of an advocate or champion. It is absolutely important to me, and I would encourage all of you, young, you know, and you know, older, and not so young, to have someone that advocates on your behalf, someone that you can whisper to. And this is not just about the, you know, the workplace. This is, you know, these are people that I often go to with, you know, various amounts of things. So I really strongly encourage that you have a mentor or some type of an advocate in your life.
Thank you, Judy. That's a great answer. I'd like to direct the next question to Karima and Maureen. Why do you feel tourism is so important for the economy of San Diego? And where do you see women in the next 2 or 3 years in this field?
Thank you. I think, first of all, the tourism question with Money Magazine just this week announcing San Diego. I think with tourism and really just taking a look at the 180,000 jobs that it provides, as we were saying earlier, it's not just hotels. It's our restaurants, it's our events that we have, it's our safari parks, our zoos, our SeaWorlds that brings everyone here. And just the numbers alone are staggering, but I just think we have this perfect climate in San Diego, you know, for tourism, and it is just the mainstay, I would say, of San Diego for the tourism. I'll take real quick the second part of that. You're asking about where I see ladies in the next 2 to 3 years. And the first thing when I was thinking about this question that came to mind were no boundaries. There really are no boundaries. When I think back on this 35 plus, as I told Clara, career of mine, it's really sometimes I just pinch myself. You know, I mean, for me, I'm just a general manager of a hotel. It's something that I absolutely love. It just lights me up every single day. And I had so many positive mentors in my career, female and male, that I could bounce anything off of. And I trusted them, and I respected them. And if it was a bad idea, they would say, you know what, Mo, let's rethink that. You know, if it was a great idea, they would be like, you know what, Mo, I'm your best champion. And I appreciated that. And I just say to women out there in the next 2 or 3 years, look at the resources that you have. I mean, look at social media, look at the internet as resources, but more than that, look at the people, look at the resources around you that you have. You have no boundaries. Senior positions, apply for them. You know, on boards, get on that board. Join the associations, get involved, and know about what you love. And just let it light you up and just learn and grow from it.
Thank you. Karima?
It's funny that the question that you asked is, I have passion about gaining some more understanding about industry. And it's a conversation that Shimo, you and I had about 12, 13 years ago, that I believe that our industry is completely misunderstood. Or at least people don't understand the complexity of it and the skill set that is required, and how much we really contribute from a leadership perspective in our industry. And I remember an article not too long ago that talked about, you know, minimum wage and that we don't give benefits and all of these things. And when you really look, even at just a hotel structure, the amount of businesses you have within one business, and you know, Maureen, you said, I'm just a general manager. You're the CEO of a company. You're a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. And we have these layers of complexity who are looking for that American dream. And you have MBAs in the accounting office that are leading our financial world. And everything in between, you have marketers, people that are expert at the digital marketing area of the business. We have engineers that are able to fix buildings and oversee construction projects. It's just an amazingly complex and exciting and overarching business. And we don't do a good enough job, I think, in our industry in telling that story. That the career potential is exponential. The ability to earn a really good living is exponential. The ability to grow and rise in positions that mean something, where you really contribute, are exponential. So where are we going? Everywhere. We're going absolutely everywhere. And I really believe, you know, I was at the ALICE conference a couple of years ago. It's a conference of investors, hotel investors. It's gained great notoriety in the last, 5 years. They had a panel, very similar to this, of all the top people in the industry that were in high leadership positions. It was either CEO, COO, or CFO. You didn't get on that stage. Not a woman in the group. And no women lined up behind those people either. It wasn't like we had a CEO with a COO behind them who was a woman. Nobody in sight. It's time. It is our time, and we need to forge that road.
Well, there's some pretty passionate women. Lucy, after working so hard on a day-to-day basis, what is that one thing that makes you laugh or brings you joy?
Well, that's easy. My family, for sure. My kids, I have two of them here, Yasmin and Abed. I like to disconnect from work and just think about my kids' passions and their goals and what they want to do. They're the ones who inspire me every day, and they're the ones who, they're my motivation for what I do every single day when I go to work. I'm so proud of them. I have my oldest daughter right now who's in Egypt, in Cairo. She graduated from college last year, and she's there now serving at the refugee camps. She's teaching kids English and math and history, and she's contributing to kids who actually need that attention, and I love that. My daughter Yasmin, who's here now, she graduated from La Jolla Country Day with honors, and she received an award for her 40 years of career in high school for handling all the charity events for the school. And those are the things that make me proud. My 11-year-old Abed, who's here, he's been the speaker of the school for the last 3 years, and he's 11 years old. So they are definitely my motivation after work. They're my inspiration.
Fantastic.
And the next leaders.
We live in a time of technology and social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It can be overwhelming. Time is forever changing, and we have the young millennials who have so many ideas to put on the table. Christine, how do you define success today, and what are you doing to leverage the millennials with their careers?
Well, that's always a great question of how you define success. For me, it really has to do, especially today, all about adaptability. I mean, the world moves so quickly, right? And there's so many things that we don't know and we have to understand, and a new piece of technology that we've got to get used to. And so, for me, the name of the game in terms of success is how quickly can you learn and how quickly can you adapt. And when it comes to the millennials on my team, I thought, I don't think I treat them any differently than anyone else. But what I have to adapt to is their preference in communication. So, I have a couple of millennials on my team, and they don't want to talk to me. They want to just get an I am from me. Like, let's get to cut to the chase, and what is it that I need from them? So I've adapted, and I'm on I am with them all day, or even texting if I'm out of the office. But whereas people who are not as young on my team, And by the way, this gray hair is just a premature sort of phenomenon. I just want to make that clear because I did notice that I'm the only one perhaps with gray hair, but aside from that, that was just a sidebar, by the way. When those that are not as young, they want to talk to me. So it's very important for me to adapt and have a conversation and spend the time with those individuals who may need to go back and forth a little bit in a conversation. So for me, the success today, better communication, but it all stems from my ability to adapt quickly.
Thank you.
I'd like to add to what you just said
Yes.
about, is that you do respect the new millennials and what they have to bring, but they also have to understand where we've been and the journey that we've been and the experience that we have, and also be respectful to that. They might want to learn a couple of things from us, and I might text and I might email and I want them to come and see you, to your office. So, it's good. We need to embrace them, but they need to embrace us as well.
Thank you, she's absolutely right. My mentor stood in front of me when I first met him at a very young age. He looked at me and he says, the first thing you need to do is be a connector. Real quick and be strategic. He says, keep an open mind and learn. Teresa, what are you doing to step outside your comfort zone to find new ideas in 2016 and beyond?
Thanks. I'm glad I'm not answering the technology question because I go kicking and screaming. I will eventually go. So one of the things I do is, one of the great joys for me has been to teach, and I realized that I could do that, and I really enjoyed that, so I continue to do that. And by teaching, I continue to learn, right? Because I have to learn the stuff so I can tell others how to do it. So it's been a great source of professional nourishment for me to teach others. And in that process, I have become very connected. I was fundamentally really shy as a kid. That surprises everybody I know today, but that was true for me. And I have found my voice not by trying to be the first one out there, but by connecting with people one-on-one where they are, rather than where I think they ought to be, or where I want to be, or where I'm most comfortable. And then remarkable things happen. I mean, I met Clara, I don't know how many years ago, at San Diego State when I was teaching there. And she is a remarkable connector, but we've maintained connection for many, many years because of that. And one of the things I love about our industry is that once you're in, you're in. And there are people that I have known literally for decades, and even though I don't see them for sometimes years at a time, we reconnect and we are connected, and then I become connected to those other people. So it's not about trying to be connected to the world, it's about trying to be connected to one person, and then I become connected to others in the process.
Great. Many of us want the opportunity to sit on boards. Julia and Maureen, what has been your progression to serve on a board or boards? To be involved in, especially if you do not have a lot of experience, what does it mean to be a good board member in terms of being 100% committed?
Peggy, if you'll just indulge me, I wanted to pick up on a point that I heard.
Speak into the mic, please.
That I heard a little earlier. Is that better? I apologize. This is a very complex industry. And I look around this room and I see quite a few young folks. If any of you are thinking about the hospitality industry, give it a second look. I'm a technical person working in the hospitality industry, and I brought here with me today someone that works with me and has worked side by side with me for many years, Donna. Our company provides telecommunication services at a convention center. You would not think that that would be part of the hospitality industry, but it is absolutely a part of it. I have a couple other vendors here with me, someone that I've been working with for the past couple of years from AT&T. Yes, AT&T that serves you with your cell service, and also Jessica from Corning. So I really would encourage you to think about the industry not just as the hotel or convention center or folks that handle meetings, but there are many, many aspects of hospitality. Okay, so I just wanted to, say that. But then I'll get to your question. Board service and community service, to me, it's one and the same. I currently serve, and I'm so grateful that the CEO and president of the Neighborhood House Association of San Diego is here. And thank you so much, Rudy Johnson, for coming to support us. It really warms my heart. The Neighborhood House, or the board, I serve on that board, and the ability for me to serve on that board was almost organic. Our company and I have supported that board for many years, and then when I was tapped on my shoulder and asked to serve, it really became natural. So I would encourage all of you, volunteer, find a passion. There's something out there. There's so much of a need in San Diego. It is incredible. I just started volunteering to teach ESL to folks that need to take their citizenship test. So, there's such a need here. The Neighborhood House has quite a bit of a need, but it was very organic and natural for me. So when I got tapped to serve on the board, I made sure that I spend that time. We all hear about the word balance, and I'm a busy professional, just like many of you are. But take the time to serve others, because at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. We must serve others.
Maureen, if we can get your comments, and we'll be wrapping up pretty soon.
Certainly, I'll be brief. Started my career in Mission Valley. Mission Valley back in the, here we go, dating myself, 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, was the place to be in San Diego, especially the Town and Country Hotel. We were the largest convention center at the time west of the Mississippi. There wasn't a lot happening downtown. There was no gas lamp. So I was born and raised in the business in Mission Valley. Moving back to San Diego back in 2003 with my wonderful husband and kids, took us up to the North County, up to Rancho Bernardo. And I kind of felt like, where's all my buddies? Where's all the hospitality world? There's not a whole lot going up in North Inland. And boy, I was wrong. Getting to live and work in North County and feeling the vibrancy up there. When I was asked to be on the board for Hotel Motel Association, the first thing that came to my mind is that, first of all, I love their mission statement and what the organization does, and what can I do for North Inland? How can I be a voice and help on that board, take back the resources, take back the initiatives that we're working on, and take it back to North County? And that's exactly what I love to do. The same thing with the San Diego Tourism Authority. And being on that board, surrounded by people who are cutting edge in this technology, who help others. That's exactly what the boards do. They are such wonderful resources. They cover every inch of San Diego. There are sub-regions. Everyone is involved in the boards, and it's the place to be. Again, when I say no boundaries to anyone out there, I've got my young front office manager here in the crowd today, Francesca. One day she's going to be a GM. I absolutely know that, and I keep telling her, join everything, sign up, get involved, and when you're on a board, be engaged, be present. Don't miss meetings. Show up, have ideas, and support your board.
Thank you. In the interest of time, I think we have about 4 minutes left here. Lucy, how are you using your abilities to help others? And what is your passion for giving back outside of your normal work hours?
In my free time, I love to serve my community. I actually love to support a lot of charities. I also am part of a few organizations in San Diego. I'm actually a commissioner for the San Diego Crime Commission, which we have, some of them are here, my guests. And we actually support our police officers, and we put on events to raise money to support our youth. I also am a member of the mastermind group, which I have some of them here as my guests. And we are a group of entrepreneurs who we help and support each other's passions, businesses, And we like to put events to also enrich our community. We actually have a big event coming up next month, April 7th and 8th at the Four Point Sheraton. We're gonna have 15 great, amazing speakers that will help you improve your life, your business, whatever it is that you want to improve in your life. They are going to be there to help you do that. And that to me is part of enriching our community when you get involved with events like this.
Fantastic. So I'm going to have to wrap up here. In wrapping up, it is amazing when you put your best foot forward, serving on boards that afford you the opportunity to volunteer, socialize and network. Don't lean in, but I say jump in and pursue your passions in life. So my question to all of you, just real quick, what do you want your legacy to be, and what advice do you want to leave your listening audience? Very quickly, Karina.
Dare, take risk. The safe road is typically the shorter road and the more boring road and the less satisfying road to success, so take risk.
Julia.
That I helped others, that I paved the way for someone else.
Christine.
I think I'd like to just leave you with take action.
Barbara.
I would say inspire others, give more than you receive, and be honest.
Lucy.
Don't ever stop your dreams, your challenges, everything. My language, my English never has stopped me from just doing what I need to do and just put my voice out there. Don't let anything get in the way.
Terry.
All that. And say yes. Say yes, even if you're not sure it's a great idea or it can work, just say yes.
Thank you. Well, this concludes our panel discussion. We hope that you've been inspired to know what your worth is and embrace what your worth is. As in the power of who you are and leading the way. And at this time, I'm going to introduce Clara and Bob Roche back to the stage. Again, thank you, panelists. Thank you.
Let's give our panelists another big round of applause. Thank you. And our moderators with our sexy voice. Thank you. All right, so that was so inspiring, so motivational. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah.
Did that inspire you to just step out of that comfort zone and do something great? Well, you're probably doing something great now, but just do it better. All right? Our job is not over. We just got to keep doing it and get better and better at it. So at this time, I would like to celebrate and honor our esteemed panelists today in a little token award. And can you join me at this time? All right, so our first honoree will be Miss Terry Green. And all of these awards have the beautiful star with the lady on it. It says, presents 2016 Women Leading the Way in Hospitality and Tourism to Terry Green. All of them say the same exact thing with their name on it. I just like to present this first one and all the rest. Thank you. Thank you. One moment, please. All right. Bernie. Christine, she was Shakti. for coming out today and helping for this first inaugural Women Leading the Way in Hospitality and Tourism. We will do this again next year, and I'm depending on all of you to help us to fill the room. Can I depend on you for that?
Yes.
All right, all right. So I would be remiss at this time if I did not acknowledge someone that's very, very dear to me, and that is my inspiration, and that has been there to help lead the way for me, and that is my dear mother, Joan Owens. But at this time, I also like to thank all of my sponsors. And again, when they talk about, everybody knows, Clara, Lauren, Bob, connections, resources, what I'm going to say to each and every one of you is that we all have them. We just need to know how to utilize them more. And we need to ask for what we need, because sometimes we don't ask. They think we're good, and you're really not. So you need to ask for what you want. And then that's how we got this room filled. I only had 3 months to pull this program off. Okay? So can you imagine if I had a year? You would have been in town and country in one of those big 1,000-room, okay, ballrooms. But anyway, with 3 months, it's all because of the relationships that I have built over the time, and just as one of our speakers stated, who was that, Mo or Terry, was talking about one at a time. Don't worry about trying to connect to everybody. Just make sure that the connections that you're making are lasting ones, and that you have integrity, and that they're sincere. And that when you do that, good things come back to you. And I'm just overwhelmed today because of all of you to help make my dream a reality. I am overwhelmed, and I thank you, thank you, thank you. And I cannot forget my fabulous planning committee. Yes. They put up with me. I know they wanted to say some choice words to me. But through it all, they stuck it through, and that's commitment. Yes. Okay? And that's love. And that's dedication. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I could not have done this without you. Thanks to... I am so thankful for so many things. I thank the Lafayette for... They have done such a fabulous job. The service, from the sales to the banquet to the whole staff has just been so phenomenal and accommodating, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all that you have done to make this first inaugural event a huge success. And of course, all of my sponsors. All right, again, you know who you are. I thank you, and you'll get a formal thank you from me when I have some real stuff to this event. Okay? And then, you cannot forget the people who are making it happen behind the scenes. The videographer, Mr. Reggie Haley. Thank you. Okay? The videographer that provided this fabulous video for me, he is not here, but it's Fred Norfleet. If you guys need to, I have lots of resources. Have one to shoot it, have one to come here and say, Clara, look, what you need. So, it's just, I'm overwhelmed with it. But I thank you guys, and I also thank my photographer, Mr. Victor Goodpastor. He's always been on the spot. Professional photographer, fabulous work. Thank you, Victor. And let's see, our entertainment. Yes. Goes without any ado. I know I was a little loud, you guys couldn't hear, but it was the moment. So you guys were supposed to be able to just savor the moment. Okay, of this fabulous entertainment. Thank you, Miss Maria, for your entertainment. All right, and so let's see, did I get everything? Oh, moderator. Thank you, Miss Peggy. program, that means so much to me. And Ruby, you know, have a special place to be right there, and I thank you, the neighborhood house, on prayer, thank you, okay? So at this time, we are going to conclude the program. We have some wonderful gifts for you that a lot of our vendors have put together, so I'd like you guys to take a bag as you leave out. And then also, if our speakers can stay, our panelists can stay, we're going to take a group photo, all right? And I think I have done... Oh, we have some special presentations, some personal presentations. Lucy, somebody. I bet I know people. Lucy, these are special sent to you. Do you know about this? I don't know. I'm not trying to start nothing. Thank you. Very nice. I know what you're going on, but you're trouble. Oh, and our beautiful centerpieces, are they not? Absolutely gorgeous. Each one of my panelists will be gifted with one of these floral arrangements. So you guys will have that as another thank you before you leave out of here today. Okay? Hey, we have a special personal presentation to you, Miss Peggy, for you taking the time out to provide us with an awesome moderator for today's session. Hope you like it. It's something very special. Okay?
Let's give one round of applause for our partner.
Thank you. I'll see you guys in 2017. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Photographers, here you go. Nice, 3, 2, 1. Good. Another.
So, but while we're all standing here, let's at this spot, right? We're gonna get tickets. We're gonna close the spot, and it's gonna be this panel. The ticket, of course. You know what? I'm willing to make that sacrifice for
3 shots now. 3, you count them. 1, good.
Nice.
And 2.
Nice.
And 2.5. Okay, we're done.
This is one of the most beautiful days that I could celebrate, except for the beginning of Clara's life. And I'm here, and I will be there for each and every opportunity, and pray that I continue and she continue to do as she was taught. Thank you.
I am so excited. I'm just overwhelmed and overjoyed. What a phenomenal first inaugural women leading the way. And thanks to all these wonderful, beautiful ladies that are standing by me who helped us to bring this all into fruition. And I'm so excited, and it was just a fabulous event. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing everyone in 2017 for the second annual event. All right. Yeah.